praise. We are here once again. It's a great God day. I'm Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda. And I'm Charlotte.
And we are 4SISTERS Live. And we are so happy to be here once again. It's always wonderful to be like this in the land of the living.
We just did this yesterday, right?
Yeah, we just did.
Don't play.
Always. But no, it's just a happy time to be alive. I'm telling you, so much going on.
Yes.
There's so much going on, guys. And it's just amazing that we have to just see it every day. We wake up, we're seeing something different, right?
Yes.
And it's just something that we just say, okay, how long, God, what we doing here? What are we doing? Okay, you kind of ask the question, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What's really going on?
What's going on
Because
now?
what's going on now?
Right now.
And so it's amazing that we have people like our sisters that we can draw energy from, draw strength from, just draw encouragement from. Don't be afraid to call on a sister if you need to right now. We gotta make some calls. God wants us to use who we have that He gives us. He gives us people.
Yes.
So we need to use the people that He gives us in our lives. And I think we have such a wonderful organization, Peggy, for such a time as this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of people don't have this.
That's
It's
true.
true. What we have.
And I get it all the time.
Yeah.
Women come to me and said, I wish I was connected to your organization. I said, well, come on.
They
Never
need
do
it.
it.
They need it. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
So today we have an awesome show for you. As you all know, we have 4 areas that we speak on. Our topic: domestic violence, health and wellness, education, mentoring, and entrepreneurship. And so today we're going to be speaking on a topic, and we have an awesome guest that we often don't like to talk about. We must talk about it. It's happening right now, and we must address it. We can't get around it because it's really real. It's a real deal that we talk about domestic violence.
And why the funny thing about it, this is nothing new. I remember dealing with this back with my mom and dad back in the 50s and 60s.
I was going to say that. Yeah, this is
So,
nothing new. We just never spoke about it publicly.
Right, exactly.
We were always hiding it. It was secretive. It was something that our parents, we saw it, but then they just dared us not to even speak on it.
Talk about
Not
it.
in the community, not in your house, and even not in the church.
Right.
Hello. You know
Wow,
what I'm saying?
because they were doing it in the church.
Sorry. Sorry. That's
Yeah,
the reality.
no, but you know what else about domestic violence? It affects your health. And so,
Oh, sure it does.
Trust me,
yeah,
I know.
ironically, today that we're talking
Narcissists.
Yes.
And it's crazy even how we are being used and abused from the political realm.
Right.
And we're seeing that our women are being abused, not respected, not given respect.
It turned into hands of time around. But that's what it used to be. It's always been, but not so pronounced.
Yeah.
Now it's out there,
Yeah,
open,
yeah,
openly.
absolutely.
I mean, anytime the president openly talks about women in a negative way. That's the way he talks to the press
Yeah.
and, call women down. This is horrible.
Yeah, tell you shut up, shut up, shut up.
And you're not
What
this
is
and
that
you're
if
not
that's not
that.
abuse?
That's
I mean,
abusive.
verbally, that's being verbally
That's
abused.
yes.
And so this is what we're going to speak on today. We have, again, a lovely, awesome woman of God here with us to speak about that, which this is part of my platform, of course. And then we have another sister in our circle who we love so much, Cynthia Green. Linda, she handles this health and wellness, which goes together. That's connected to domestic violence. I have a sister right now in the hospital dealing with the fact that she was abused and she's been sick for a while. And internally, when you're just dealing with this stuff, it's cancer.
It comes out.
It's cancer. It comes out. Yeah. So
affects your health. It affects their mental, but anything that affects your mental affects your inner. Your cells really do change. Whether we talk about like unforgiveness or just holding things in, the more you suppress things, your whole DNA changes.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
acid bodies that constantly build up.
You know, every time you get stressed, because stress is the biggest killer.
Yeah.
Every time you get stressed, those acids within your body boils up.
Yeah.
So you have to always remember, try to calm yourself down, because that stress will get you.
It will.
It causes
It's silent
everything
killer,
else to
right?
happen.
And it really is. So we'll get into all of that as much as we're going to get into what our sister Cynthia is doing with her projects, her business, and what's going
Keeping
on,
our
what she's
families
doing,
together.
keeping families together, which is really something that people need to understand, because domestic violence and even the health and wellness and even what she's doing with marriages, that's breaking up family. It's designed to kill our marriages.
Well, starting with the man first. They want to take all the black men and the husbands away from the family. So yeah, to break down that family dynamic actually allows the enemy in, so that we will not survive as women, but you know, we will survive.
We will survive as always. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into that, of course, but another, situation going on that we've already hearing about in the news. It's always national, it's global, about our young man, Nolan Wells. It's so sad. It's other brothers, that are in the court system and happening to them, and Kamala Anthony is just doing, when he's now in court, try to overturn his situation. It's all these situations with other young men who've been murdered as well at the hands of these white young men that they're hanging around with, that they can't trust, and so much of it is in the news. But today is Nolan Wells' 19th birthday. Today is the 19th, and it's so sad that he's not here. His parents are going through, his family's going through. He's not here for his first birthday, not being. It's just so heartbreaking, So we're gonna send the love. We're going to send the energy, good vibes, and just peace and blessings to his family, especially his mom and everything. This young man had a great future, cut too soon. So, he had to be a good young man. He's Leo. He had to be such an awesome young man. So, speaking of Leos, we're going to talk about birthdays. Celebrating birthdays, Leos. All the Leos in the house. All the Leos. Come on, sis. All Leos.
All the August.
Where's the August days? Now, then we'll say who's celebrating the month of August. That's where you come in. She doesn't want to be. Tell you the truth, I love her so much. Come on, Lynn.
I'm Leo Virgo.
She Leo Virgo.
She's
She's birthday. She's celebrating.
24th, y'all look it up.
But speaking of that, we have to do our celebration because we've yet to be recognized.
Nobody
by
celebrates
the
us this month.
Nobody said a word on this.
The month is not over with yet.
Linda.
Wait a minute.
They're gonna try to cut in our day together. Let's do it at the expo. That's how it's gonna be. No, you need to know August babies don't play there. They like, we want our own rooms, right?
We on our own space.
I am quiet.
You have to deal with
We're gonna do it together.
Leo, Virgo.
Leos don't play that, honey. We don't play that. But no, it's all good. It's all fun. But you got us.
You got it.
So we get to choose the restaurant. No Copper Canyon.
Well, that was the plan anyway. No, not what did I say to you? Why didn't I say you
She
guys
said we could
select
choose.
where you
And
want to
she's-
go?
And to be fair, sisters, we started the birthday club, and this is what we do. We take our ladies out every single month. His birthday is in that particular month, and we get to choose. So
So that's the beauty of it.
Yes.
So we're gonna be celebrating. Always time to celebrate.
Every day is a celebration.
Yes. So it's all good.
Really.
So in the meantime, we're gonna go to our segment of what's going on in your world, girl. Let's start with Lynn. What's going on in your world, girl?
Not a whole lot, just still celebrating all of August. Because we started on we started on the 1st. So, mine is the 24th. So, I went out dancing with seniors, whoever they were. Tuesday, I had a good time dancing. And so yeah, the celebration, celebrate with my sisters. That's what I've been doing really this month.
Yeah,
We've
but
been
that
celebrating.
keeps you.
We had Janice, hers was the 4th, so I celebrated with her. Charlene's 14. Yeah, so yeah, we've been celebrating all month.
I think we have 7 sisters in the organization
Do we really?
in August.
Wow.
I think we should go dancing and out to eat afterwards.
That'd be nice.
I can arrange that,
Okay.
Of course, I know you do.
Silver Spring, the Dancing the Star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
$20. Yeah, everybody, you're welcome to come. Yeah, they let you come in and dance, and yeah, they'll teach you some moves.
Oh, I like that.
Whatever.
Dancing with the Stars. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Let's do. So what's going on in your world, girl?
Trying to sit still for a moment.
How do you do that in this
You
organization?
have
That ain't happening. Come again, I'm asking you a question. What is going on in your world, girl?
Right.
We have been working on a business directory for the organization, just for us.
Yes.
And it has been one of the most rewarding experience to be able to sit down with my sisters individually, one by one. We've done approximately about 55 of our sisters. I thought I knew them, but no, there was some stuff that they were sharing with me. I mean, good stuff, so I see the growth. I see them when they first came into the organization, and then you have these years go by, and then all of a sudden, we're in 2026, and they got their thing together.
Yeah.
I'm just totally proud.
I'm amazed about women in this organization, to be very honest. I brag about them because of all the different things that we do.
Yeah.
All of us who are.
And how we support each other.
Yes, and support, but each one of us are individually, professionally together in their own way, in their own right. It is, it's a great opportunity to share what they, and then they bring something to the table.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody brings something to the table.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the beauty of
Everyone.
it.
And the directory is very good to have, because if you need something, you can always go to the directory and point out who can help you do this, and you call that person, and they can help you, whether it's an attorney, whether it's something legal,
And
whether
don't
it's
mess up now. Don't mess up with somebody who needs something.
Oh,
Because, the word gets around. It only takes one person to
Yeah.
tell.
Why you go outside this
So you gotta do it
Yeah.
right.
He could have did that. Yes.
yeah, well, you know how they go. Yeah.
Network first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's
Build
what
that
we're about.
relationship.
Yeah,
Sex.
yeah,
Okay.
I get you. That's what's going on. What's going on in your world, girl?
Y'all wouldn't believe it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I just came back from Virginia. So my son is like, well, let's go make my bed and claim the room. So we claimed his room. So he attends Liberty University. So we dropped him off. Well, I didn't drop him off. I said, listen, I got up at 3:00 in the morning. Let's hit it. His appointment was at 9 to be there to check into the dorm. This year, he's not going to be a 2. He has 3 people in this room. I'm like, oh my God. My son is bougie like his mom. I'm like, how did this happen? It's your fault. So anyway, so he had this bump there. So I said, we're going to get there early. So we signed up at 9 o'clock. We in there. Nobody was in there. We're like, okay, excuse me, we need help. We need you to adjust these beds and put this on the floor, move this dresser. They were so kind. And the guys, the resident hall assistant, they all came in and did everything I asked them to do. I was like, whoo, we good. So his room was did. We made his bed, and he said, well, Mom, I want to come home because he's going to help me out this weekend at the expo.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of him. So I brought him back. I'm like, you catching an Amtrak back, honey, because that 4-hour drive, woo, is something else. But the other thing I did, let's see, what's going on? Oh, we went to go celebrate Dr. Hattie.
Oh, yeah.
Dr.
saw that.
Dr. Hattie has a Mommy Me time book that just came out. Since she was going to launch it, but Amazon was tripping, okay? But so I said, well, I got your bag. So we had over maybe close to 20 women to come to her home.
Beautiful.
If you've ever been to her home, she got the sauna and the swimming pool. So she had
In
these women.
Florida.
In Florida, honey. Hers is enclosed. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they came over, and of course they talked about how to put up yourself on your calendar. Put yourself on your calendar and literally do it and mean it and stop it and pause it. So I did that, and then of course I'll tell you the rest later. So I'm operating now officially off of 8 hours of sleep, maybe.
Total.
It's getting total since Sunday.
Oh.
So Sunday was 0 hours from Sunday to Monday because I had a flight was canceled or whatever. So I got in a rental car. I'm like, I'm not staying here. Who's staying here? I gotta go. Zoom. I gotta be at work at 8. So I got in the car, drove back to Maryland.
Wow, this chick
And then turned it back around this morning to go take my son to campus, and then we turned back around to be here.
Wow.
Okay. So, but anyway,
Your energy
Fly
is a
girl.
whole
That's
nother
our fly
level.
girl.
Your energy is a whole nother. I know, right? Give her, throw her kisses. Your energy is amazing.
thank you. I'm only praying and being grateful. So, guys, please be at the event on Saturday because I am launching the Benjamin Project, which is in honor of my father. I am
Oh,
What's
yes.
the name of the event?
I then the opportunity. Thank you, Jermaine, and thank you, Sharon, and everybody of all the sisters, whatever, links from Columbia, whatever. We are launching the Benjamin Project, and it's honor my father because my father would be 82, but he died at 62 from diabetes and high blood pressure, and he thought it was cancer. And I just want to educate people that your cells being insulin resistant does resemble cancer, and you'll learn about that this weekend. So I brought in some friends. One of my friends runs a multi-million-dollar spa in Texas, and an internalist is coming in to actually explain that to you. And so my goal is to educate over 1,000 people and get them to kind of use some modalities. Okay, some machines that make you feel better. Okay,
You see it? Yeah, it really works. Yeah.
Okay, where's Lucky? Lucky ain't here, but I tested Lucky. I tested Nadine here, and she's gotten sleep. She said, Charlene, I don't even sleep all the way through the morning. And I slept, Charlene, Nadine. So I have something for you. If you're in pain, we want to help. Okay, back to you.
But Charlene, you didn't say the name of the event.
Oh, the name of the
Nation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ubiquitous 2026. We got right so proud of Jermaine, and this is the 12th annual event. So we're super proud of her. That sister is rocking and rolling. But I mean, I'm really excited about the Black and Bling. Roland Martin would be there. My brother would be there. So happy to have seen him. So anyway, but that's it. That's what's going on in my world. So see you there. Okay. And the Sister Sisters Network will be there too. And all their 40-some volunteers.
Oh, we're showing
So
up.
they are in the room. If you're not in that room, you ain't in nobody's room. Because this is going to be the table. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well. No, it's good. It's good. I'm just excited that we're here.
Whoa! Yeah.
Y'all wanted it now. I'm just so excited, guys. You all have just showed out and just really supported me. You ought to know how it makes my heart just so happy. And you all know I'm in a competition with the
Competition.
yeah.
Oh.
And I didn't know what I was doing when I started out. Trust me, like I said before, some things you do and you step out on faith.
Right.
Trust me, I didn't know. But now that I'm doing this and you all have supported me, I am now in the quarterfinals.
Woo!
Every day, y'all, I promise.
Yeah, don't
Don't stop. We're gonna make this thing happen. I started out and I opened up today. I was the third. Now I'm number one in the cabin.
Come on.
Okay, y'all, I see y'all. Thank you. Oh, y'all are so awesome. Thank y'all so much. I love you. So the purpose of me doing this, God gave me the revelation. First, I was saying, He said, just do it, right? So, okay, God, I'm doing something to do. But He told me, this is your domestic violence platform. This is use this as I give it to you and direct you from this particular platform. And I put that in y'all read. This is where I'm coming from.
Yes.
And for me to do it from this perspective, God has just opened the door for Him to know my heart and what this is for. And the reason that I'm doing it is for us to save lives.
Exactly.
I cannot do this by myself.
Right.
You are coming along with me. I trust me. I carry you all in my heart. And I mean that I really do, because when God opens doors for me, he's opening up for others. You all are the reflection of each other. We are a reflection of each other. So just know I'm carrying you, and I thank you. Continue to vote, and we'll see where I go. Semifinals is next. So I'm see you go there, and God got this. So I want to give back. That's the whole purpose. I want to give back. And thank you, Peggy. You're just going to do it as well. And I'll share something before we get ready to introduce you also what's going on as it relates to domestic violence in this platform. But let's move forward so we can get our guest up, okay?
Yes.
So yeah, have at it, Lynn.
Okay, well, let's get started.
We're bringing Cynthia Green. Yeah,
no,
we're gonna
yes,
yeah,
right,
we're
we'll do
doing
that.
the
We'll
help
get
right.
that,
Oh, yeah, we
right.
gotta get Cynthia Green.
Yeah,
before I
we're
go
gonna
to
do
work.
this first. Well, ladies, we have our very own Sister for Sister Network girl that's going to be our first guest. We have our very own Cynthia Green, affectionately known as the Connector, is an award-winning entrepreneur, speaker, 5-time best-selling author, and the relationship connection strategist, y'all. Y'all gonna call your friends right now and tell them to look at Facebook. This is gonna be a As co-founder of Marriage Built to Last, she helps individuals, couples, leaders, and organizations transform connections into their greatest advantage. Through her connection blueprint framework, Cynthia equips people to build intentional relationships, strengthen marriages and families, cultivate strategic partnerships, unite around a shared vision, and create thriving communities and lasting legacies. Known for connecting people, ideas, resources, and opportunities, she creates transformational experiences that inspire collaboration, meaningful action, and generational impact. Because every extraordinary life begins with intentional connection. Her motto, if you build it, it will last. I bring to you our very own Cynthia Green. So good to be here. Oh, you look gorgeous, girl.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. So, well, I just want to come with our first question. We're gonna move right along. Okay. You often say marriage is about more than staying together. What do you believe a truly successful marriage should produce?
Wow, the word produce is the
Produce,
key.
key
Yes,
word,
yes.
produce.
So of course, first of all, I believe that a successful marriage produces fruit. And it's interesting that you asked that question because our conference the theme is cultivating the fruit of the spirit in marriage. So what are the fruit of the spirit? Love, joy, peace, goodness, kindness, gentleness, self-control. And there's one more. It's not coming to me right this second. Blueberries. For not in the Bible. Yes, so it produces, but beyond that, it produces intentionality, it produces peace, it produces two people who cultivate each other. Like I believe that a marriage should produce two people who are doing everything in life that God has called them to do because they have that support. So it produces peace, it produces support, it produces legacy, and it produces where you're impacting others in the community.
Right.
You know, it produces all of those things.
So that's your fruit.
Yes, that's the fruit. That's the fruit.
But love is definitely connected.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, so how does your connection and vision, legacy framework help couples move beyond maintain a marriage to building something meaningful together?
Yeah, so marriage is not about how long you've been together. Like you can be together 30, 40 years and you just coexist in the home.
Exactly.
But when you are connected, you are building something. And you're building something that's going to affect you, your spouse, your children, if you have them, the people around you, your community, your church. And so when you have that connection, then you're building a vision. And when you have a vision, you can grow together, right? So you're building towards purpose. And it does not mean that you got to build a business or something like that, but you're building impact on your children. You're building where your kids see that you are a fruitful couple, that you're producing love, you're producing kindness in the home, you're producing peace in the home. Like they see the fruit of what you are doing. And so then that's leaving a legacy. What kind of legacy does you want your marriage to leave, right? What do you want? What do you want people to say about you? And legacy is not about when you pass away. We're producing, yes, we're producing legacy right now. You know, and I just have to say, when we were at the lobby, somebody was sharing about me and my husband and all of that. And I'm like, okay, so we're producing fruit and we're leaving a legacy. You know, people see the fruit that we produce as a couple. So that's was a blessing for me to hear.
Yeah. But speaking of legacy, what is the connection between a healthy marriage and a strong family culture and generational legacy? Since you talk about legacy, how does all that come together?
So what people don't realize, and my husband always says this, children are visual, right? So, and then we're all visual. We see, we don't think people see, they can't see what's going on behind your door, but you know, the Bible says they know the spirit by the spirit. So they know your spirit. So when they see a healthy marriage, they see a couple who is connected. They see a couple who is sharing things together. They are intentional about what they're doing in life. They are producing fruit for their kids, or the connection with the families, that the kids see that the parents are communicating. You know, it's important that they go out on dates and take, you know, you guys mentioned about putting yourself on the calendar. Couples should be putting themselves on the calendar. And I know you do. For sure. What's my date night? Friday. There you go. That's right. That's right. Don't mess with me on Friday night. That's me and my husband's date night. Although this past Friday night, I went and hung out with my neighbors, my sister friends on my cul-de-sac. And I said, okay, babe, let's have our date night before I leave, because I didn't want to hear him whining, right? Yeah. But yeah, so you have to connect the dots. You know what? And when they call me Cynthia the Connector, it's because I believe that when you connect the dots, and that's first starting with yourself. That's right. Right? When you can connect with who you are in every aspect, mentally, spiritually, physically, and relationally, and then you connect with your spouse, then you're connected with the people in your household, and then that expands out into our community. And that's important because, you know, Linda and I had a nice conversation about what's going on in the world. Like, why is all this stuff happening? I know you guys are going to talk about domestic violence, but we're not examining ourselves first and getting ourselves together, getting our mental right, our spiritual right. You know, we got to be having these conversations with our partners. And that's what's going to make a difference in how we relate to one another and how we relate to the world. It makes a difference.
Definitely. It's so funny. I want to speak to you about this part. You are so... She was on her timeline, and they look, you know how men become babies when they get sick. And you saw her, Larry, you were trying to get out to get you some women time, some girl time, some me time to hang out. And he want to act like he can't do without you. You like, you know, he's all right. I said, this man is hilarious.
No, I had no idea when I opened that door, he was gonna be standing there with a cup of hot tea in the bathroom and tissue and all. Like, no, you can't. He knew I was outside taping, but for him to come to the door like that, I was so embarrassed. What is he doing? But you know what? We're very, very, very close. Like, we're like this. He's my best friend. I'm his best friend. We do everything together. And y'all, he really does whine. When I leave him home by himself, what am I supposed to do? I'm so sorry, babe. I know he's listening, but he's used to me talking about it. So it's all in love.
I love your marriage. I just see where you all saying marriage built to last.
That's right.
That's the key word, built to last. Yes, and I think that's a thing.
And
No, 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 go ahead, finish your
No,
thought.
I firmly believe that everybody can have a marriage built to last. It's just a matter of getting the tools and using them.
Okay.
So when I say relational connection strategists, we don't just talk about it. We give people the tools and we give them homework. Like you got to take action. And if you don't do the action, do the homework that we give you, we don't continue to meet with you because what did you do in school in order to learn what you learned in school that day? You had to go home and do homework, you had to take a test, but you know what I mean. But that's what intentionality is. If you really want an amazing marriage, you have to be intentional. You gotta work at it. And Meg, I always tell people it's good work. Working at your marriage is good work. It's so fun. You know, making up is fun.
Okay, be creative. You know, it's women, we could do that if we want to. But tell people what you're doing with in your seminars and how do you do that? Give them the build up on that part.
Yes. So, I do let people know that James and I, we've been coaching and counseling couples for years, and we've shifted a little bit. We've always had a membership program, but our membership is called the In Love and Loving It Academy. Shanine is over there. So it's for couples who are doing good or great or doing okay. We want to be connected with other people who are doing good and okay in their marriages, right? Yeah. So it's good energy. We have fun. We get homework. We get a lot of homework. And then we have a couples conference. Now, our couples conference, anybody can come. But if your marriage is on the verge of divorce, I don't know if this conference is for you because we do a lot of celebration. We celebrate love. We celebrate Black love. We celebrate, we have couples of the year. One of Sister Network sisters who her and her husband was couple of the years here in the room. Kathy and Ali Muhammad. And so we have an annual event the third weekend of September every year. It's called Couples Fest. So it's coming up, y'all. Get your tickets. And there's not a lot of tickets left, so get your tickets quickly. But no, so we like celebrating love. We like celebrating Black love. We like celebrating marriage. And so that's why we come together every year to do that. We have date night on Friday night. So everybody gets to go on a date with my husband and I on Friday night. And we just have fun. And then Saturday we have workshops during the day. And then Saturday night is our gala and our dinner. And we do a beautiful vow renewal, vow rededication, and have our couples awards.
Oh, that's awesome. So how can they get in touch with you through your website just to look at what's going on and what's coming up?
Yes, well, right now to go to www.couplesfestexpo.com, couplesfestexpo.com, and it will lead you to our website also. But go there, and then of course we're Marriage Built to Last on all social media. That's Marriage Built to Last with the numeral 2 on all social media.
So this is your 10th anniversary.
This is our 10th
I remember the first one.
Yes.
I gotta talk about growth.
Yes, and Charlene has never ever missed a couples fest since 2016. Ever.
Sharon,
And Sharon's been many times. Yes.
What's the date of the conference?
It's September 18th and 19th. Yes.
Yeah, definitely that. So when they go online, they'll be able to see other seminars you have. You got some pictures. And
Yes,
videos
lots of
and things.
pictures, videos. Yes, we've been having some amazing videos online, y'all. My assistant has been doing an amazing job. I saw a video on me. I'm like, hold up, I didn't do that video. But she's been doing some amazing things.
Awesome.
Oh, so you got somebody behind the scene. I thought you were doing all the work.
No,
She's doing an
I
awesome
do
job.
some of it, but yeah, she's doing an amazing job.
Beautiful.
So Peg, do you have a question for me?
It just feels good because I remember when Cynthia came to the organization, and to see the growth over the years.
Yeah, that's
You and
that
James,
part.
you guys are inspiration for any family, any husband and wife relationship.
Yes.
So I have to give you kudos for that.
Thank you so much. Because I didn't have a business when I came to the organization.
Yeah, I know.
I'm working for it.
Well, we got you.
Yeah, y'all got me.
Here's my question. You often say marriage does not have to be so hard. Okay, many couples love one another, but never develop it to go deeper. What does it look like for a couple to pursue their purpose together?
Oh, that's real interesting. That's a very good question. You know what? It starts again with intentionality. It starts with sitting down with one another and looking at each other in the eye and having a real conversation. You know, what's going on with you? How are you doing? How can I support you? Couples should be supporting one another. You know, I said earlier that you should be your best self in your marriage because you've got a spouse who supports you and wants you to do and get everything that God has for you. So when you're doing that, how can you not develop? So as you develop, your spouse develop, everything around you is affected. Everything starts to grow. Everything. It's about growth. It's about purpose. It's about intentionality, and it's just about, you know, also we gotta keep the spiritual part in there.
Yeah.
And the fun, y'all, and the fun. There. So yeah, so we just have to make sure that we're doing all the things.
Yes. Cynthia, we are delighted. We're happy. We've learned a whole lot of tips.
Those who are not married out there, they say hopeful. There is. Oh, there is. There is. Speaking to you.
Show up on the 18th.
You know what they- oh, really?
That's right. It's about being in the room.
It's about being in the room, learning and believing.
Yes.
So you didn't say that part.
Yeah, because we have a sister in the organization that came when she was single, and she said, Cynthia, I learned how to be a wife at your conference.
Okay.
And she ended up getting married. You know who that is?
Julie.
There you go, y'all. She tells everybody that. Yes.
Single ladies. Well, with that being said, thank you for coming. You know I love you, girl.
I love you guys too. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Give it up for Cynthia. So we're gonna take this picture and we're gonna take a picture and we're gonna. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can do it now?
Yes. She's got us. Oh, the soccer machine. Oh, it's great.
Right.
Married.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
Don't too much, girl.
But the truth being told, I was still dating. Me and Ron was still dating at the time. So
But that's good. Yeah,
that's married. Yeah.
that's good.
But we invested in our relationship. Yes, every single year.
You got married?
Yes,
That is awesome.
1,000%.
Yeah.
That's great. That is awesome.
And he's like, because I wasn't gonna play
And
that.
he's such a wonderful.
Yeah, I hold
Yes.
stuff. I hold them accountable. We weren't playing that. Y'all play too much of these single men. Yeah, they're right.
I know that's right. I know that's right. But that's good. That's a good segment. We talk about health and wellness. Our marriage is our health.
Right, we want to
And
work.
well, we want it whole. We want it to be whole. We want it to be blessed
Yes.
and everything. So thank you, Cynthia, for that.
Yes.
I wanted to share as we move forward in our domestic violence segment here and switching gears. Because we see that I have known domestic violence is very serious. Our sister who will be coming to us, we're going to really realize her story is real, and how it affects your health.
Yeah.
It really does, and that's something that people have said, but no, you cannot deny that. I was, as I was promoting, what I'm doing now with the platform, the competition, and I'm putting it on different platforms, correct? And on Threads, I had a young lady reached out to me You never know who's watching you.
Right.
Yeah. And she reached out and said, could I be your friend? And she wanted to friend me. And I saw her picture, and her picture was her standing there with her 3 children in the front yard, and she's asking someone, please tell me if I'm gonna be okay. I just got up the nerve to leave. She's 56, I'm 56 years old, and I just got up the nerve to leave my abuser.
Wow.
And I sent her a picture, my reply to her to let her know, look, my sister, you're gonna be fine. You and your children are going to be okay. God got you. Stay prayerful, be vigilant, and there is help out there.
Yes.
Okay, and I was encouraging her, and I'm praying at the same time, because I'm like, God, you are doing a work that I don't even know about, and who you're touching when people are seeing what you're doing. We have some women that are out there that are hurting.
Oh, yeah.
They are running for safety and shelter, and you have your kids. And this is the part that I'm really passionate about, Peggy, because our women are dying at the hands of their spouse and leaving their children. Their babies need their mothers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Well, this is why your ministry is so important. And for
Exactly.
anybody that has a ministry or a business, it is so important for you to put your business out there in the sense to say, this is what I'm ministering to. This is what I'm doing. Because if you didn't do that on social media,
I got you.
she wouldn't have known that.
That's
And you
right,
gave her a
exactly.
safe place to go and say, hey, I'm over here and I need you to know.
Absolutely. Anyone that can help me, just tell me I'm going to be okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's powerful. I hope
That
y'all
is
put yourself out there. It's okay. I
Yes.
do this
Yes.
because it's my ministry and I'm not afraid to tell you, you know, Peggy's ministry is women. I connect women. Guess what? People are gonna come to her. But that is powerful. I
Wow.
caught all of that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I'm happy. Thank you. I'm just happy that we have a sister here that can shed light onto what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's because people don't believe you. Oh, that ain't, it's real.
It's real.
Happening. And we know it's happening because everybody don't know someone who's being abused, so they don't really get it.
Right.
If you don't have anyone that you can relate to with it, it's just something that you just don't think is going on.
Exactly.
What do you say to that?
But you know, they put a lot on TV. I mean, it disturbs me when I see abuse on TV. It turns me off.
Yes.
But every time I turn around, there's a man beating a woman. Then again, there's women beating men.
That's true. Right,
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah.
Still abuse.
Still abuse. Yeah.
They said abuse is abuse, right?
Right.
So let's introduce our next guest, who is such a dear sister of ours. Of course, we
Yeah.
already know who she is, but just because formality, we're introducing her. Dr. Unia L. Pettis, his PhD, is a founder of Nobody But God Ministry, and Pettis is PR. She's in PR, and she is an ordained Christian minister and a keynote speaker, and an adjunct, and #1 seller on Amazon of her new book, Faithitude. She is also the author of Nobody But God, A Journey of Faith from Tears to Triumph, and a co-author of Mr. President Interfaith Perspectives of the Historic Presidency of Barack H. Obama, which is in 2017. Miraculously, she has survived 4 different cancers:
Yeah.
colon, endometrial cancer, kidney, breast cancer. Due to her genetic history, she is a heart failure warrior, a stroke survivor, and a domestic violence survivor of 6 years of emotional, verbal, and physical abuse at the hands of her ex-husband and a Baptist pastor. I'm going to leave it there because she graduated Howard University. She has background, she has books, she's just been doing so many things. If you all seen her out there on social media, you know she is a true warrior.
Yeah.
And we are so proud to have her
Yes,
with
indeed.
us. We haven't had her in a while. So we're back, and she's back, and we want to welcome all of y'all. Put your hands together for our sister, you doctor. Thank you. It's an honor to be back with my sister. This place is amazing too. So just catch us up on a few things before we ask. Give us what you want us to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I want you to know is that domestic violence is real. Intimate partner violence is real. My story briefly, I dated a pastor from 27 to 29. We got married. We went through a year of marital counseling. On the very night of our honeymoon, he told me that my dress was inappropriate because I showed this part of my flesh. And he called me a name, started with a B, and locked me out the suite. So I immediately went downstairs. It was a really big wedding. I went downstairs to the host and I said, I need another room. And so I kept calling him, and he didn't pick up. And then he called back about 3 o'clock and said, be ready for church in the morning.
Wow.
And you know what I did? I went back to the suite, got dressed, and I performed. I went to church because I literally did not know who I married at that point. And what he told me that day was, Mia, now you're my property. And just like slave masters used the Bible to keep, slaves under control, he used the word of God, which is spiritual abuse. And we went on a honeymoon. We fought the entire time. And I realized, wow, I have now married a monster. The person who I loved, the person who was my best friend, he showed who he really was. So I was dating his representative, I realized. And the reason why I thought he was abusing me is because he needed a kidney. He was only 31 and needed a kidney transplant. So I said, okay, Lord, when he gets his kidney, things are going to be better. Well, when he got his kidney, it went from emotional and verbal abuse to stomping me with steel-toed Timberland boots, breaking my bones, slapping me. I would be in the pulpit next to him with shades on and a bunch of concealer. Not one person asked me how I was doing. As long as the church was growing and he was preaching, they were like, whatever's going on, they just ignored it. And so I did talk to one pastor and I explained what was going on. And he says, it seems like you need to be more romantic with your husband. And so he said, it seems like you're having problems. And I was working on my doctorate full time. And that's one of the reasons why my husband didn't like me. He said, no Black woman should have more than the Black man. He had his master's and he kept saying, if you really love me, you'll drop out the program. I'm just so glad I did. Through broken ribs, through being slapped, I would have to leave my books and notebooks and books in the library, in the stacks, because if I took stuff home, he would tear the sheets up and he would ruin the computer. And no one knew what was going on except he and God and I.
Wow. It's already starting.
And I silently endured it because I thought he's a pastor, he's a man of God. If God was mad with him or if he was doing something wrong, he wouldn't be able to pastor. He wouldn't be able to grow the church. Your gifts and your talents have nothing to do with the anointing of God. That's where people get confused. A person can still have their skills and their gifts, but that doesn't mean they're going to walk into the kingdom and hear, well done. It's how you live. And so what happened behind closed doors really did impact me tremendously. He isolated me from my mother. If she called, he would be on the other end taping me. And he wouldn't allow me to communicate with anyone. And when we went to the hospitals, because we had to go to various hospitals, because I kept they would always talk to him. Like I'm there with the broken toe or the broken foot. She's so clumsy, Doc. And then he was just so charismatic and confident and handsome young man. He was telling about what he was doing. The doctors never do an address fee. He was always there. And how I got out of it after 6 years of marriage. Do you guys remember when CVS was called People's Drug? I lived across the street from Howard. And that morning, his third lover called me. I had just preached that Sunday, and this was Tuesday. And he told me everything I did trying to seduce my husband. And he said that, they were in a relationship and that I should end it. And so this was the third affair. And I realized that nothing was going to change. The abuse, the infidelity, the fact that he was even sharing intimate things. And so the room went dark. I knew the Lord. I just preached that Sunday, and I literally felt like giving up because I called him at work, which I never did. And he said, Mia, when I get home, you're really going to get it. And he had never used that tone. If you've ever been in the presence of evil, when their eyes change and there's a voice intonation, you know you're in the presence of evil. It's just hard to explain. And so I figured I got to kill myself before he gets here because it would be a closed casket the way he's going to beat me. And so he had just had surgery. So I went into went to the bathroom, got the Percocet, went downstairs, put applesauce, crushed it up. Don't know where this came from, right? This is the enemy. And I'm crushing it up. And then I'm like, okay, what else can I do? I drove to CVS, which is People's Drugs. And I asked the lady for sleeping pills. And I bought a bunch of them. I was expecting this young girl behind the cashier say, how can you be that sleepy? You're buying all these. She didn't say anything. But that wasn't her job to say anything. You know what I'm saying? But I was expecting, God, if you don't want me to do this, tell her to say something. And she did. So I went home, did the whole concoction. He found me passed out. They took me to the hospital. I didn't know President Clinton was President Clinton. I didn't know my name. They said, we understand you're a professor at Howard. I didn't know that. I couldn't remember anything except my mother's number. And so they did this charcoal, pump your stomach, admit you against your will, because you're literally at that point having a mental breakdown. And they put you in a room that's almost, I've never been in jail, but it's like a bed with no sheets or anything, because they don't want anything to be used to harm you, right? And so one of the nurses who was doing my vitals, she said every time he said something, because she just kept whispering, baby, what's going on? You know, you took all these pills and they're giving me the charcoal. I said, nothing's wrong, ma'am, nothing's wrong. And she said, sir, can you walk out? Because she said, he kept saying, I don't know why she did this. And we're pastors, and why is she trying to mess this up? His school has stressed her out. He was just going on and on. Not saying he was concerned to love me, but like how this was messing things up for him. And when he left, she whispered and she said, baby, what's going on? And I said, ma'am, he's been beating me and he's going to kill me. And I don't know what to do. And she says, is there anybody you can call? I couldn't remember anything except my mother's number. And I called my mom and I said, Mom. And she said, yeah, baby. I said, we're in the emergency room. He had, kidney issues. She's like, oh, what's going on with him? And I said, no, Ma, it's me. I tried to kill myself. They just pumped my stomach. They're admitting me to the psych ward. And she screamed. She just screamed. And she said, I'm on my way. And when she got there, my father, my uncles, like everybody wanted to kill whoever, right? I still didn't want them to know. I still didn't want them to kick him out. I knew that I had to leave there, go to the psychiatric home. Then I went to my mom's home, but I still protected him, even in that. And that's what people understand when they say, why don't you leave? The love you have becomes codependent. And because this person every day for 6 years is telling you you're stupid, you're ugly, you're dumb, you can't make it without me. And they've isolated you from people who care. And the church is watching, but not really caring. As long as the tithes are coming in and the people are there, you really feel like he's your only salvation. And it took me a lot of therapy to get to the point where I chose me and not him, and I divorced him.
So, it's such a touching. I know for you to say this, and I know you tell your story a lot, but
It's still always very.
But it sounds like a movie.
Yeah. And I actually, I'm very Oprah Winfrey. I'm telling everybody, I would love to be in a biopic, because the things that would be able to be shown were things that you wouldn't imagine anyone could go through. I have now osteoporosis in my feet because he broke my toe so many times that I have arthritis. And I had surgery in February, and the podiatrist said, why do you have so many bone spurs and everything? I said, that's one of the things he would do. He would stand up because he was big and just break my toes because it's hard to walk. Then he would just break fingers. And so I got used to being
How old were you doing this?
I was approximately 29 to 33. And I had my master's from American, summa cum laude, Howard undergrad, summa cum laude. Never saw anyone beat my mom. Never had a father in the house. I just literally didn't know that a man could do that to you. And no one had ever told me that Leah would get hit by anybody. You couldn't have told me that, right? If Howard, you couldn't have told me that, nobody. Because I'd been like, girl, you're crazy. But when they do it, you're so shocked. And you're trying to gather yourself and you're trying to fix the problem. And you can never fix someone who doesn't love you.
That's true.
And God does not give us, God gives us common sense. You know, I kept praying and putting oil everywhere and all that kind of stuff. None of that stuff worked.
Yeah.
I had to divorce him. I had to look out for me.
Wow. So you really answered my question, Charlene, and we got time for 1 or 2 questions.
Yeah, so I think so many people might want to ask this question because, you know, I know you and so you don't look like what you've gone through. Or slap that up, but yeah, I know you.
I know, Miss.
Besides the abuse and then like the cancer and I mean, every time I see you, I'm like, this is a woman of resilience.
Yeah.
It's the grace of God. Going through the first cancer was colon cancer stage 4, the year after the marriage. Now I will say something about that. When we talked about health and wellness, I did not realize I was internalizing everything. Cancer is genetic in my family, but colon cancer wasn't. And so the year after the divorce, I was having a lot of problems. And the gastroenterology oncology surgeon said, your intestines were just twisted.
Wow.
And spiritually, I didn't understand at the time. But 4 years later, when God told me to tell my story publicly, I'm like, no, not doing that. I'm teaching at Howard. I want to buy my business. I want this. He kept saying, no, you're going to free people. You're going to help people. And so I had to be obedient. So I started the ministry, wrote the book. People who were teaching with me, they were like, that's why you had the bruise. That's why you had the cast. Like, people saw stuff, but just didn't know what to say. Right. So they kept saying, why didn't you say something to me? And I said, he was going to kill me. You don't understand when you go put the key in your door and instead of your place being a home of safety, I called it a torture zone.
Wow.
And no one can understand that if you haven't been through it.
So
But
he
I
was
will,
really,
I will,
very
Yes,
it was very abusive. I will say this. I went through colon cancer immediately afterward. And then through 2018 to 2019, 2018, I had endometrial cancer. And then 2019, kidney cancer. While out with kidney cancer, I felt a lump in my breast. And it was metastatic breast cancer. And before they could do the double mastectomy, they said I had heart failure. So when you look at me, everyone says I don't look like what I'm going through. And the reason why God has a thing called grace. And there are people you're sitting by at your job, in a classroom, whatever. People have certain levels of grace that God gives them to get through.
Yes.
But if you sense something's wrong, ask.
Yeah.
Don't offend,
No.
but ask. Is there anything I can help you with today? Get them a coffee because people are usually jittery. They don't ever want to talk about what's going on at home, or they just pretend everything's fine. If you think that they're in a situation, then you need to tell them about the National Domestic Violence Hotline because it doesn't matter where you are in the country. 1-800-799-SAFE, which is 7233. 1-800-799-SAFE. The reason why you want to give them that is because it'll give them free, local, confidential help. And then we get them to shelters and to homes. We go protective orders. But ladies, do not leave your abuser if you have the time. Like if it's not immediately he's beating you, don't leave the abuser without a safety plan. And you're like, what is a safety plan? This is why the women come back 7 times. Have your children's birth certificates, transcripts, all your documentation, passports, because you want to have everything so your child can get in school, go to the doctor, and you not have to return home.
Right.
And so a safety plan is something that they can help you come up with. And then you are planning to leave the abuser. If you're in a situation where you don't have the safety plan, tell the police everything. don't leave anything out because you're gonna need that for your jury.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah, because I can see this on Lifetime. Like, where's he at now?
Yeah.
Is he still with him straight?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
pastored in the area and I had restraining orders. He pastored for about 10+ years and he recently died. And a lot of people think, oh my God, he deserved that. I will tell you one thing about me that allowed me to really get on. You have to forgive people.
Amen.
Forgiveness is a gift for you and the other person.
Exactly.
Because he never apologized.
Of course.
And his family badgered me with the book, all the success. But I first forgave him. The second F was forgo. I cut every tie to the pastors, the friends, the frat brothers, all that, because you're a part of pain, right? Then the third thing I did was fortify myself. I read the word. I did affirmations. I spoke life into myself because life and death is where? In the power of the tongue. The fourth thing I did was faith, and that's why this book is so important. God gave me this book through fasting and praying. It's called Faithitude. Believe it, speak it, watch God do it. Everything that you're going through, whatever type of adversity it is, if you can believe that better is coming and you speak it and you just walk in it, you will walk, it seems like blindly. You'll think forever because I'm walking through cancer and heart disease and all that. Trust me, I don't want anybody to wear these 9.5 shoes. You would not want them. I've been told I'll be dead 3 different times in hospice. And people look at me and think I'm faking. If I took off my clothes, all the scars and everything that you would see and breast taken and all of that, God has given me this assignment. That's why I can carry it. And he said, Unia, you're a female Job for people who never go to church. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'll be here 5 years from now. And that doesn't make me sad. Because I know while I've been here, I post positive, I talk positive, and I want people to know there's joy at the end. And so that final F for me is flying. Despite the fact that he clipped my wings for 6 years, I said, Unia, it's time to fly again. So every morning I wake up, I'm an eagle. I'm flying. And even when I had my stroke and was paralyzed in the wheelchair, and they said, Dr. Pettis, she won't ever walk again. I said, you're so right. I'm going to run. You had to, it took 2.5 years. And I still have brain damage because it doesn't, so my memory and all that kind of stuff. But I was totally paralyzed on the right side in the wheelchair, all of that. And I kept saying to myself, despite what they were saying, their diagnosis wasn't my destiny. Right. My destiny was because of what God. So God kept saying, you have to encourage yourself.
Yes.
And the reason why I got so close to God is because when you're in the hospitals, your friends and family stop coming. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the Sisters Network you have had, this is a miracle. That's why I've always loved you all. Real life, people don't show up all the time. And if they show up, they say stuff they shouldn't say. Every cancer diagnosis, well, you must be eating something wrong with that. And then I tell them, I buried my grandfather, my father, my grandfather, like cousins. Like this is all genetic, right? They did genetic testing, but people still look at you like, what did you do wrong? And I get that a lot. I get that a lot. And so please continue to pray for me because there are a lot of ignorant people on social media.
Yes.
There are a lot of these people who don't want you posting anything positive. But I refuse. And that's why God allowed me to be this bestseller. And I want the young lady or the young man who's watching to think that no one understands. It's your fault. Abuse is never, ever your fault. Get help, get out, because otherwise you might be 6 feet under.
Wow. That is so you have anything to add to that because
No, I
like this is you said it all.
Just thank you. So thank you for loving me. You guys have loved me and you didn't have to. And I'm an only child. And I thank God for this love because you just think sometimes that you're just gonna keep, you're gonna die. You just hear all these negative things. I just recently had a tumor removed July 2nd. It was malignant. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm ready to go. I said, but I'm not gonna go until God takes me. And she said, baby, I'm tired of you suffering. She said, but baby, every time you wake up, I'm so proud that you're trying once again. You're giving it one more day. And so just thank you. Why you have been amazing since the first conference where I saw you, where I spoke. Charlene is always the brightest light. You're the connector. I told you, and this is my sword. Like, you're beautiful, but you're beautiful inside. And I just thank you all. Sharon, I thank you. But y'all pray for me and just pray God's will continues to be done. Because that's all I want.
I just have one question. Did you ever get to publish the actual story that you just told?
I published a redacted version because he was still alive. And he kept saying he was gonna sue me. I'm writing the full version now. And I'm asking God to send someone who can turn into a play or a film or something. Because it includes a lot of things that other people will be able to pick up faster. You shouldn't see a girl with black eyes and not say anything. Black women saw me. Black women saw me in a church. I didn't matter. He did. And so, but I also realized why a lot of Black pastors don't like me is because a lot of pastors are doing a lot of things.
Yes, they are.
And these first ladies, you look at them and you think that everything's wonderful, whatever. You have no idea what they're going through. And so pray for them, pray for their children. But anybody in authority that takes advantage of authority, pray for them.
Well, we thank you so much.
It's on Amazon. It's $25 and it's #1 in the nation. Yeah, the copies here if anyone wants them. But just thank you for listening, and most importantly, take the information and bless someone else.
Well, we thank you to continue to be healthy.
Yes.
We pray for your health. We pray for your continue to tell your story.
Thanks.
That's what we need. We love you so much.
I love you.
So with that being said, we love you all so much. Our time is always just like still so fast, but it's well spent. We want to thank you all for joining us today. Please continue to spread the word that we're here so that we can be a blessing to our communities.
Yeah. One more thing.
Yes.
Where can we find the book?
Amazon.
On Amazon?
Walmart, it's everywhere, and it's back there. I have 8 copies, and I sign it for you because if you've ever sold on Amazon, they take 60% of the profit. You get it 40%. Yeah, people don't realize that. So if you buy directly from the author, it goes directly to the author. And I want to donate to shelters and to breast cancer patients in October. So it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Well, thank you, but
And also, October is domestic violence month.
And breast cancer
And
awareness.
breast cancer, how can we connect with you?
Yes, I've gone through more. So to support me, you can go to uniapettis.com, UNNIA Pettis.com, or you can call me 1-800-NIA-LP. I'm everywhere on social media under Dr. Unia Pettis. So reach out to me. I would love to be at your conference, your workshop, and just share whatever God has for us to share together.
all right. Yeah, like I said, had a wonderful time, but what time is it? It's time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity. Thank you for watching. We love you.